Hi everyone, welcome to another video. In this video I'm going to be showing you how I've replaced an old style lead acid type house battery in my car to a brand new lithium setup. The old one was supposed to be like 105 ampere hours, and yeah, you can only use half of that on that style of battery, so really I only had a 50 amp hour battery. But I've upgraded now to a 120 amp hour battery from iTech, and yeah, got it on special thanks to a discount code and the Black Friday sale, so yeah, happy about that. And now I've got a 120 amp hour battery, which you can use about 100 amps of that, so I've pretty much doubled my battery capacity and halved my weight, so that's a good thing. And I'm going to show you how we put it all together. Under the bonnet of the Nissan Y61, there's the cranking battery on that side. It's on the driver's side, and on the other side is where we put the house battery. So the house battery, it's got all these wires running all over the place. We're doing all sorts of different things, so I'm going to tidy all that up as well. Yeah, batteries arrived. Don't you love opening up boxes? So the battery's going in the back of the car here. The space down beside the fridge. Okay, there's the fridge there. It has been wired up to all sorts of bits and pieces down there. The shunt and the battery monitor sit in a little panel that's here, which I've already taken off. But this is where the battery's going to be sitting down in this gap here. And the shunt's going back in there, and I'm not too sure yet, but possibly the inverter as well. So we'll see how we go. So luckily over the years I've had bits and pieces put into the car, the fridge, and there's Anderson plugs been put through, and the first one that the digger that did when we first bought the car was a tiny little wire down to the Anderson plug, which was not doing much, so we had it rewired, and turned out the original wires were still there, so I was actually able to use that to hook up an Anderson plug to plug in a solar panel at the back of the car too. So all good. We've removed the house battery, a couple of other little bits and pieces there, and this is where we're going to put the battery charging system. I'll be reusing this battery isolator, which will stop the house battery from draining the cranking battery, etc. Here's a little spill charge. And I'm going to reuse the circuit breaker here as well. This is a 100 amp circuit breaker, more than adequate for what we want, so we'll reuse that. The wire here goes out to the front Anderson plug where we plug in the solar blanket, and the other wire there is for the rear one. So that was the original wire that went down to the Anderson plug. So I've installed the DC to DC charger here. I've made this metal plate that screws onto where the original house battery sat. It's well and truly away from the turbo and all that sort of thing. So here it is sitting on this plate. That's nice and solid. And the wiring simply connects in via these Anderson plug. Alternator power comes in through this red connector. The black one down there is the power out. And this grey one here is actually the solar panel coming in, and the iTech controller just sorts it all out. So here's the main control panel sort of thing that I've got here. Down the bottom we've got our solar in. I can plug a solar panel into that if I want. Here's the battery, the caravan isolator, so that switches off the Anderson plug down below. That's the fuse holder, and it's got fuses there for the fridge, the freezer, the other bits, the battery monitor there, and this little power board here. There's a couple of 12 volt outlets there, and some USB plugs as well, and a switch for the lights. And directly below that is where I store all my camp lighting stuff. So all down in there is all sorts of wires and gadgets and whatnot. We can probably see the battery down in there, and that's in its own little cabinet which is actually screwed down, and with all the lids shut that's all airtight, and we get actual ventilation out through the little vents on the side of the car there. So yes, he's all compliant and ready to go, and that's all nice and neat, and we can actually still put the mattress in over there if we want to. And of course the fridge is raring to go, and we're raring to go off on our next trip. Now I did install the inverter in behind here, and if we look up in here, there it is sitting up in there. It's a little bit sort of awkward to get to, but it's out of the way and doesn't take up any usable room. So thanks for watching another video. I hope you've enjoyed it. Hope you've got something out of it. You know, I've certainly learned a bit and got something out of it as well. So that's a good thing. Remember to hit that like button wherever it is, and the subscribe thing, you know, I'm sure you'll know where it is. So yeah, thanks a lot guys, and we'll see you in the next video.
Rose is going to go and drive through Nolan's. Doing it for the nanas. Wow.